Today, you're going to learn new words, phrases, a bit of useful grammar, pronunciation, American accent, and a 400-year-old story about a girl named Ophelia. All through Taylor Swift's song. We will try to sing Taylor's song together and learn some English. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Massey's World, where we learn a fun, easy English together. First and foremost, this song has a beautiful story behind it. I personally love songs which have a reason behind them. Something happened, they felt something, and then they wrote it. And the song we're going to work on today, you hear it all the time on the radio, in malls, shopping centers, everywhere. So might as well learn something with it, right? If you know Taylor Swift, you know she has a thing for Shakespeare. When you have a thing for someone or something, it means you really, really like them. You're drawn to them, and you cannot explain exactly why you like it so much, but you just do. For example, she has a thing for vintage clothes. He has a thing for spicy food. I have a thing for beautiful songs. Taylor said it herself. She loves Shakespeare's stories so much that it hurts her when the characters die in the end. So she rewrites the endings and makes it a happy ending. It's pretty cool, right? In her song Love Story, she took Romeo and Juliet, two people who die at the end of one of Shakespeare's plays, and she gave them a happy ending instead. They get together forever and nobody dies. Tragic, by the way, means very sad, deeply, painfully sad. A tragic ending, a tragic story, tragic. And in this song that we're going to study today, she does it again, but this time for a girl named Ophelia. So, who is Ophelia? Ophelia is a character from one of Shakespeare's most famous plays called Hamlet. She is young, beautiful, and gentle, and she's completely in love with a prince named Hamlet. But Hamlet is complicated and unstable, and Ophelia always puts everyone else before herself. When you put someone before yourself, it means you think about their needs before your own. For example, she always puts her kids before herself. He puts his friends before himself all the time. And then everything falls apart. Hamlet accidentally kills Ophelia's father, and then he rejects her cruelly, publicly. And Ophelia cannot take it anymore. She loses her mind, she goes crazy, she wanders through the palace singing to herself. To wander means to walk with no destination, no plan, no direction, just moving. For example, he wandered through the city for hours. My mind wanders when I'm bored. Wander. It's not wander, it's wander. And one day, Ophelia is found in a river, floating among flowers, dead. Nobody knows if she jumped into the river or just fell in it accidentally. That is the tragic fate of Ophelia. And Taylor Swift said, I cannot watch this happen again. Not again. So she rewrote the ending. But first, let me tell you about the person who inspired her to write this song. When someone inspires you, they make you want to create something. They give you an idea, they light something up inside you. And this song inspired me to learn English. A good teacher inspires you to keep going. And now here's the interesting part. A man, his name is Travis Kelce. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. He's one of the most famous American football players in the world. He plays for the Kansas City Chiefs. And he went to a Taylor Swift concert and was so mesmerized that he made a friendship bracelet with his phone number on it to give to her backstage. Mesmerized means you are so fascinated by something that you cannot look away, like you're under a spell. She mesmerized everyone in the room. I was completely mesmerized by the painting. But he could not get to her, I mean, Travis. Taylor does not meet anyone before or after her shows. She has to save her voice for 44 songs a night. So he went home, got on his podcast with millions of listeners, and told the whole world he was a little offended. When you are offended, something upsets you. Someone said or did something that hurt your feelings a little. For example, you can say, I was offended by what he said. She looked offended when nobody laughed at her joke. Don't be offended, it was not personal. So Taylor heard about it, and instead of being annoyed, she thought this was actually pretty metal. Metal. Metal means bold and fearless, a little crazy, but in the best way. The kind of thing that takes real nerve. Slowly, it's metal, but faster, metal. So, long story short, they started dating, got engaged, and Taylor said later, "This podcast got me a boyfriend." And then she wrote this song. But real quick, I am not a singer, so don't judge me. And here's the thing, when we sing these lyrics together, the words stick in your brain in a completely different way than if I just read them off a page. It is actually more fun this way, and fun is how you remember things. So she starts with, "I heard you calling on the megaphone. You want to see me all alone." A megaphone makes your voice so much louder. You know those things people hold at protests or sports events? That is a megaphone. When Taylor says he was calling on the megaphone, she means he announced his feelings publicly and loudly to the whole world through his podcasts. So the podcast is the megaphone. And then she says, "As legend has it, you are quite the pyro. You light the match to watch it blow." As legend has it, you are quite the pyro. As legend has it is a phrase, and it means you are telling a story that everyone talks about, but nobody saw with their own eyes. It can also say rumor has it. Adele has a whole song called Rumor Has It. It is an amazing song, and she says, "But rumor has it she ain't got your love anymore." Maybe we can make a video about that as well. What do you think? Adele is just legendary. So, rumor has it, and as legend has it, have the same meaning. It is something like gossip, but on a bigger scale. You're not quite sure if what you heard is absolutely true, but everyone is talking about it, which is pretty awful, so don't do that. You are quite the pyro. Pyro comes from the word pyromaniac. A pyromaniac is a person who cannot stop starting fires. They just love fire. They see fire and they think, yes, please. Say it slowly. Pi, ro, may, ni, yak. Pyromaniac. Good. In everyday English, we use pyro for someone who loves chaos, someone who does something crazy just to see what happens next. And quite is the fun English structure. You use it when someone is really good at something or really known for something. She's quite the cook. It means she's really good at cooking. He is quite the charmer. It means he's really good at charming people, making people like him. You are quite the pyromaniac. It means you're really something. You start fires. You light the match to watch it blow. When you light a match to watch it blow, it means you start something not to fix it, but just to see what happens. Just for the hell of it, just for the fun of it. Some people are actually like that. They love starting things and watching everything and everyone go crazy. Did you think of someone special right now? And then she continues. "And if you'd never come for me, I might have drowned in the melancholy. I swore my loyalty to me, myself, and I, right before you lit my sky up." Melancholy means a deep, quiet sadness, not the kind where you cry on the floor, the kind that comes slowly like a gray sky that just won't clear for a long time. Say it slowly. Melancholy. Now faster. Melancholy. Good. I might have drowned in the melancholy. Might have. This is short for might have. Say it slowly. Might have. Now faster. Might have. Repeat after me one more time. Might have. Perfect. The structure is modal verb plus have plus past participle. Might have drowned. Could have been, should have known, would have stayed. We use it when something could have happened in the past, but it did not. It is about a different past, a past that never happened. I might have missed the flight if he hadn't called me. She might have never learned English if she hadn't found the right teacher. She might have fallen in love with the wrong person. And Taylor is saying, if you hadn't come for me, if you had never come for me, I might have drowned. I might have been lost forever. But you came and you saved me. To swear means to make a very strong promise. Swear, swore, sworn. Swear to God, for example, means I promise this is absolutely true. I'm not lying. I'm not exaggerating. Swear to God, this is the best song I've ever heard. I swear to God, I did not eat your food. And when you swear your loyalty to someone, it means you make a very strong promise that you will always support them, always be on their side. But here she is swearing her loyalty to herself. Me, myself, and I, just her, nobody else. Maybe after going through bad relationships, she made that decision. Maybe. Right before you lit my sky up. Lit is the past tense of light. And light here is a verb. It means to turn on, to ignite, to light up. Its past tense is lit and its past participle is also lit. He lit the candles. She lit the room. And when someone lights up your sky, it means they completely change your world. They make it brighter, happier. And before everything was dark and gray, and now everything is colorful. She lit up his world, and she walked in and lit the whole room up. And then she continues, all that time I sat alone in my tower, you were just honing your powers, now I can see it all. Late one night you dug me out of my grave and saved my heart from the fate of Ophelia. In movies, when a hero or a knight sharpens his sword before a big battle, the slow, careful movement making it sharper and sharper, that is honing. To hone something means to sharpen it and to make it better and better over time with practice. She spent years honing her skills before anyone noticed her. He was quietly honing his skills while everyone else was distracted. And then she says, late one night you dug me out of my grave. Dig, dug, dug. You dig a hole in the ground, but here it means something emotional. He dug her out of her grave means she was buried in sadness, in darkness, in a life that had stopped moving. And he reached it and pulled her out and saved her heart from the fate of Ophelia. To save someone from something means you stopped something bad happening to them. And you protected them. You saved them from making a terrible mistake. She saved me from a really boring conversation. And here Taylor is saying you saved me from ending up like Ophelia. You stopped that from happening to me. And then she says, keep it 100 on the land, the sea, the sky. Pledge allegiance to your hands, your team, your vibes. Don't care where the hell you've been, because now you're mine. Keep it 100. I love this one. This is modern American slang. It means be completely honest. No games, no pretending, no filters. 100 as in 100% real. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. This dress does not look good on you. Keep it 100. Did you actually do your homework or did you copy it? Pledge allegiance to your hands, your team, and your vibes. To pledge allegiance to something means to make a very strong promise of loyalty, like a soldier promising to always protect their country. Say it slowly. Allegiance. Now faster. Allegiance. One more time. Allegiance. Great. And here Taylor is saying, I promise to be loyal to everything about you, your hands, your team, and your world. I am completely on your side, all in, no doubts, no conditions. This is the opposite of Ophelia. Ophelia gave everything and got nothing back. But Taylor is saying, I'm giving everything, and I'm sure I'm taking everything back as well. Don't care where the hell you've been. You've been. This is the present perfect, and it is not as scary as it sounds. We form it with have or has plus the past participle of the verb. I have been, she has been, you have been. We use it to talk about someone's experiences from the past up until now. Everything they have done, every place they have gone, their whole journey up to this moment. Where have you been? I have been to Paris. She has been through a lot in her life. Have you ever been to London? And Taylor is saying, I don't care about your past. I don't care where your life took you or what happened to you or what you went through before you found me. You're mine now. And that is how you stop studying English and start feeling it. Your brain does not remember words, it remembers feelings, and feelings stay much longer. So listen to the Fate of Ophelia this week on a walk in the car before you sleep and tell someone they're quite the pyro. Tell them you're nearly drowned in melancholy. Tell them you are keeping it 100. And have you ever saved someone from something, or has ever someone saved you from something? Tell me in the comments. This is the place where you fall in love with English. Stay curious and stay consistent. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.